Chef Buck here, and today we're going to cook up a cauliflower pizza crust burrito. What? So we're just going to make our standard cauliflower pizza crust, the absolute best cauliflower pizza crust in the world. But instead of making a pizza on top, we're going to put some burrito type stuff and then roll it up. Boom, and turn it into a burrito. There we have it at 2 cups of grated cauliflower. You know, what does this look like? It looks like cauliflower confetti. You know, and I just use a box grater. Now the key to a great cauliflower pizza crust is to get the water out of here, to get the moisture out. So now I'm gonna throw this in my skillet. I got it like on medium heat, and it's gonna make a lot of noise when it goes in the skillet because that water is gonna be cooking off. And we're just gonna stir it around for about 10 minutes on medium-low heat until it ain't making no more noise, you know? Listen to this noise. Hear that? That's the sound of water getting out of Cauliflower Town.
So it's just a non-stick pan, no oil, no nothing.
Yeah, I don't have no oil in here. I don't have anything, and I'm not really trying to cook this cauliflower up. We're just going to stir it around until it's not sizzling anymore, until we dried it out. Alrighty, so it's been going for about 5 minutes, and you can still kind of hear it. You know, but it's definitely quieted down. There's still water in there we want to get rid of. You can still see the steam coming off of there. So we're going to go ahead and keep giving it an occasional stir. Let it go for a few more minutes here. So it's been about 10 minutes, and as you can hear, or not hear, it's not really sizzling at all anymore. You know, we've kind of taken up plenty of the water out. So now I'm going to get it off the heat, and I'm just going to leave it alone and let it cool down for a few minutes. And this stuff cools down really fast. And while that cools down, come over here, camera girl. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of our pizza crust ingredients together. Just 1 egg. Boom. And then we're going to add 1 cup of grated Romano cheese, or you can use Parmesan. The cheese is going to help to hold the cauliflower together, just like the egg is. But this here, since it's a hard cheese, I think it makes for a firmer crust. So I like using Romano or Parmesan. You know, try other cheeses if you like. Those are just the 2 that I like to stick with. We're not going to put any seasoning in here, because if I'm making a cauliflower pizza crust, you know, all the flavor is going to go on top. You don't have to add any salt or anything like that. If you're using a hard cheese like this, there's plenty of salt in there already. Now we're going to add our cauliflower in here. It's cooled off enough, and it's a lot drier than when I first grated it. It's still a little warm, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be stone cold, so we just want to mash it together. Now we're going to cook our cauliflower pizza crust on a pizza pan, but we're going to do it on parchment paper. Parchment paper is essential for a successful cauliflower pizza crust. Don't use wax paper, because the wax paper will come back and bite you in the... So be careful when you're grabbing your paper. And then we're just going to throw it right in the center of our parchment paper. And it's not going to stick together like a regular pizza dough. Now we're just going to shape it. We're going to go ahead and make it into a square.
Burrito square!
So now we've got it spread out into a nice square, you know, nice uniform size, you know, not too thin around the edges, you know, nice and pushed together. It doesn't seem like it could form into a decent crust. But the thing is, once that egg cooks and this cheese melts together with this cauliflower, it's going to be a nice cauliflower crust. I got my oven preheated at 400 degrees. Now we're going to slide it in the oven, leave it alone for about 15 minutes. See what happens. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. And there we have it. It's looking pretty good. You know, the cheese is all melted together and the eggs cooked all in there. And it no longer looks like a patchwork of cheese and cauliflower. It's kind of come together into one cohesive cauliflower crust unit. But we'll go ahead and leave it alone for about 5 minutes and let it get a little more confident in its structural integrity. Alright, so it's been cooling down for about 4 minutes. And make it a little easier to handle. And it's not sticking to the hoopty at all. You know, it tastes just like whatever you're going to throw on here. You know, the cauliflower isn't an overwhelming flavor. You know, the cheese really overpowers that. And whatever toppings you're going to put on here. But Man, look at that structural integrity, dude.
Looks like naan on the back.
Huh? Does it?
Yeah.
We've already got our bean mixture made up, you know, our burrito filling, and you want to have this ready. You know, you want to do this ahead of time so that you can go ahead and dress this up and roll it up while it's warm. But we're just going to take our bean topping and just spread it on here. You know, and put as much on here as you like. And you want to spread your beans out, but you don't want to spread it all the way to the edge. And you don't want to make it so thick that it's going to be a pain to roll it up. You can put cheddar, you can put pepper jack, whatever kind of cheese you like. And you don't have to put too much, you know, because we got cheese in the crust. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're a cheese freak, then knock yourself out. I like the flavor of cilantro, but this is an optional ingredient. So there we have it. It looks like it's going to be a Mexican pizza, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to roll it up. And this is why you want to do it while it's warm, you know, because it'll be nice and pliable. And if it starts to fall apart, if it acts like it wants to pull apart, then just press it together. We've got it nice and rolled up, and I'm going to cook it with the seal side down, but we'll move it later. And it's super duper heavy, you know, so this is going to make 2 very good sized burritos. So there we have it, our cauliflower pizza crust rolled up into a very formidable heavy burrito. And we're going to slide it in the oven, still got it at 400 degrees. Let it cook away for about 10 minutes, get a little more color on the outside, get that cheese melted up. And then we'll check on it in just a little bit. So we got a little bit of color on there. It's not all that pretty, but that's okay because now we're going to take a little bit of cheese, put on the top, and then we'll slide it back in the oven for another minute. Let this cheese melt on here and give it that extra burrito looking pizzazz. Give it 1 more minute. So that's it. That cheese is nice and melted on there. You know, it's not too pretty right now, but once we put it on a plate, you know, and dress it up a little fancier, you know, put it in its nice party dress, it's going to look delicioso. But we'll give it a few minutes to cool down before we handle it. Got a little bit of rice that I've cooked up with some salsa here, a bit of slaw with our dinner. I'm going to go ahead and cut my burrito right in half. And this is going to make 2 very filling burritos. You know, because unlike a flour tortilla, you know, this cauliflower crust, you know, it's a lot of cauliflower. It's a lot of cheese, so it's very heavy. This is a very heavy and filling burrito. In fact, Camera Girl thinks that we could cut this into thirds. You know, she thinks that this serves 3 people. Now you can put guacamole on there, you can put sour cream on there, you can put salsa on there, whatever you like. I'm gonna put a little bit of green onion on top. Still got some cilantro left over. Alrighty, super duper delicioso, very filling cauliflower pizza crust burrito. Look how picture perfect that is. You know, if you like a cauliflower pizza crust, definitely try making a burrito with it. You will not be disappointed. Makes a great burrito, man.
Great comfort food. That's 3 bites.
So tasty.
You better chew before you choke.
Give it a try. Let us know what you think. If you want to print the recipe, you know, go to myfoodchannel.com. You'll find all our recipes there. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. You know, share it with your family and friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.